We're joined now by Parry Aftab. Thank you for being with us this morning.
It's a pleasure.
So 50 A-list celebs fell victim to a hacker ring in which nude or provocative photos themselves have been linked from their private phone or computer.
Yeah, and we don't know where it's come from yet, and the FBI is looking at it, and when you're looking at cyber crimes, they're the ones you want to do it. So we don't know whether it was someone on the inside, someone who had a relationship with anyone, whether it was someone who's providing technology, or somebody purely from the outside.
Is there anything that we do know for sure at this point?
I don't think so. Not enough that we can talk about it.
You represent celebrities in this situation, and I know that you can't name names, but tell us, how do you manage this?
Well, I also protect the world. I run the world's largest internet safety and help charity. So we just take what we've been doing for many years and apply it to celebrities, recognizing that they are more vulnerable. The pictures and whatever they're doing comes at a higher price, so a lot of people are doing it to get away with it and to earn some money. So they are high-level targets, and they are more vulnerable because the same way that parents can't protect their kids, a lot of agents and managers can't protect the young celebrities either. They're doing all kinds of things with digital devices that they're not supposed to be doing.
You had mentioned earning money. My question was going to be about motive. Do we know if they're getting anything out of this, or are they just doing this for the sheer fact of really enabling their privacy?
I think until we figure out who they are, we won't know. So hackers do it often just for the bragging rights, and it could be that that's who they are. I don't know what level of skills involved because we're really not sure how it was done yet. If they are people who are doing it to sell the pictures to the paparazzi and they're motivated by money, then they probably aren't the high-level hackers who do it just for bragging rights.
What about, we've been talking about celebrities, but what about the everyday folk? Aside from the obvious, not taking these pictures, what can everybody do?
Well, we need to recognize that all of us are targets, and not just celebrities, but high net worth individuals, their kids, and people who are doing quite well in business are also targets for pictures they may have, for blackmail and other issues. Normally, our kids are always doing things and taking pictures of them, and their friends are trying to get them out, or maybe somebody who's applying to Harvard at the same time and wants to make sure they get in and your kids don't, may get the pictures of them drinking or vomiting in the bathroom after a big party and share it. We've had some students in Massachusetts do this against a young athlete to try to keep her from going into the college she was going to. So we need to recognize that kids can be malicious, they can be very creative, and they are all packing more power in their backpacks, pockets, and purses now than big corporations had a few years ago.
Is there any software that we can use to help secure our phones or computers?
Absolutely. On your computer, it's the basic stuff. You want a good firewall, you want to make sure you have a good antivirus and keep out all of the spyware. McAfee's a great product, and if you use Facebook, if you're a member of Facebook, you can get it for free for 6 months. So facebook.com/McAfee. I talk them both into doing that because if you're on Facebook, I want to make sure that you're protected. I'm one of the members of their International Safety Advisory Board. In addition, there's something new that's out. It won't be out for another 4 weeks. It's called Minor Monitor, and you can get information about it at minormonitor.com. And I suspect that a lot of the celebs managers will be using this to keep an eye on their management material. And then a lot of us are going to be keeping an eye on our kids. So it's not just what our kids are putting up online, it's what their friends are putting up online that puts them at risk. And there are items, the McAfee sells something for your cell phone. There are others that are being sold for your cell phone. So reach out to your cell phone provider. Verizon has so many different things to help. And they actually just sponsored a mobile safety summit with us 2 days ago. So we're really looking at this issue and we're bringing all of the experts to bear.
Bryce, do we have any questions from our chat room?
What can they do to trace the hackers? John wants to know what kind of tactics they use.
That's a great question.
Whenever we interact with digital devices using the internet or wireless transmissions, we leave a trail of cyber breadcrumbs behind us. And it may measure the devices that are being used. It may measure your IP address. It may measure a number of different things that we don't see, but law enforcement does. So they issue subpoenas. They'll get the records from all of the cell phone providers. They'll take the phones themselves. They'll do a lot of the old-fashioned investigation. Who was around? Did you have security guards? How were they all connected? It could be a friend of one of them is the one that did this. You can bump technology up against each other. If you've got an iPhone or an iTouch and you each have the bump software application in it, you can bump them up against each other. And if you're open to the world, you may be able to do that. It could be something as simple as somebody lifting their cell phone when no one was looking, or something that's more high tech.
Any other questions, Bryce?
No.
Well then,
Good.
Parry, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It was an absolute pleasure.
No
And we
problem.
hope to see you soon. Thank
Thanks.
you.